What's going on, guys? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it's time to take a look at the proposed gear set changes for the upcoming earth-shaking update 1.4 that is soon to be released for our beloved game, The Division. Keep in mind this is what the possible changes could be, as this is from a preliminary list and Massive could tweak even further prior to launching update 1.4. Today will be episode 8 of this 13-part series, as I do not want to upload a 30 to 40 minute video with all 13 gear sets at once. In case you missed it, in episode 7, I reviewed the Reclaimer gear set, and make sure and check the video description for a link to that video. Most of the gear sets have been changed, with some of the sets receiving heavy buffs, and others nerfed in an attempt to get them all back on par with each other and create parity. Also, while I have been commentating, the general gear set changes have been posted on the screen, including changes to the 2 and 4-piece sets and maximum level caps. And with all of this preliminary information out of the way, let's get into the individual gear sets. Lone Star dominated the loot tables for the HVT missions ever since it was introduced to agents back in Update 1.2. Touted as a kit aimed at players who are looking to deal out high levels of damage at all times without having to worry about ammo, the Lone Star gear set was also friendly to LMG and shotgun users. When Lone Star was launched, both of those weapon types were a forgotten element in the Division, as this was before the additional damage to targets out of cover and stagger mechanics were introduced for the aforementioned weapon types. In addition, LMGs and shotguns were the selected weaponry types, as the 4-piece bonus made the painful reload times disappear. The loot tables will be changed in Update 1.4, and finally the weekly HVT missions will drop more than just Lone Star pieces over and over again. The current talents for the Lone Star gear set are as follows. The 2-piece gives 100% ammo capacity, the 3-piece gives a flat 1000 to damage for LMGs and shotguns, and the 4-piece set bonus activates the Lone Star talent, which when a weapon is holstered it regains full ammo. With the proposed changes, the 2-piece will remain the same as 100% ammo capacity, the 3-piece bonus will grant 8% damage to LMGs and shotguns, and the 4-piece set bonus remains unchanged. The Lone Star gear set is one of the few gear sets that seems to be mostly unchanged between the current 1.3 gear meta and the rapidly approaching Update 1.4. At its heart, it is meant to give agents the ability to stay in combat for extended periods of time without sacrificing time to reload, and therefore out of combat and not doing damage. At least this is how the kit was advertised at launch, as the overall damage buff of 1000 for LMGs and shotguns was really not a lot. The problem with this overall concept is that when you are in a firefight, you will undoubtedly take fire from incoming rounds and inherently take damage. You will need to exit combat or take cover in order to heal, and this is where most of us agents reload our weapons for the next encounter, rendering the 4-piece bonus talent useless. If there was also an incoming damage reduction with this gear set that allowed you to stay in combat for longer periods of time while reducing incoming damage, this kit would have greatly increased value. Lone Star entered into the Division with a lot of hype and quickly fell out of favor as players began to realize how one-dimensional this gear set truly was. An LMG and shotgun build in conjunction with this gear set has possibilities, as both of these weapon classifications require painfully long reload times. On a side note, I can't help feeling the Lone Star kit is an unfinished gear set. It's like the development team was going over this kit and bouncing ideas off of each other and then stopped for a coffee break, and they never came back to finish the gear set. I really want to say there was going to be a weapon damage stack that would take effect the longer you were able to consistently deal damage, much like Striker's battle gear, but it still just all feels so unfinished to me. Due to the fact that Lone Star is remaining largely unchanged, I will have to say it is still a bottom tier gear set to have and farm for in Update 1.4. As always, I would love to hear what you think about the possible gear set changes for Lone Star and my gear set review. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with either a thumbs up or down, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my weapon reviews in your life, follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. I'm very proud about all of the work I have put into my entire The Division weapon review playlist, and it really is the most comprehensive and accurate Division weapon review playlist on YouTube. So, if there is any weapon in The Division you have questions about, look no further than my reviews to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, from my channel, likes, comments, subs loved, Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.